Welcome, everybody, to episode 115 of Disney with the Ducks. Tonight, you've got me, John Kroll, and I'm joined by two of my duck friends. We've got Lonnie G.
Hola.
And Jody.
Hi, friends.
All right, so tonight we're going to do... Whoa, I just moved on the screen, and that freaked me out a little bit, but it was like I teleported. All right, so tonight we're going to... First, before we get into our episode, we're going to ask you to please go out and give us a 5-star review on wherever you get your podcast from, whether it's Apple or the Carrier Pigeons or whoever brings you our wonderful podcast. Give us a 5-star review, write some good words, and share it with your friends. And then come join our Facebook group, Disney with the Ducks. We've had some good interactions over there recently, so come join the fun and share some Disney questions or pictures of your trips. Anything you're thinking about, right? Running related, all of it. All right, so tonight we're going to ask a question and try to get to know each other a little bit better and let our listeners get some insight into our lives. So tonight we're going to ask, what is your favorite cocktail? So Lonnie, we're going to start with you. What's your favorite cocktail?
I like H2O. You can't go wrong with that. It's good. It's refreshing. I'll take water as my favorite cocktail. But if I can't get water, then I'll go with a lemon drop martini. Now, I like blueberry. There are some other, flavors I like as well. But a good old lemon drop, you can't beat it. It's right next to water.
And it's clear, right? And it's got a little bit of lemon flavor, like I like to put in my water. So it basically, yeah. I mean, I can see where you make that connection between water and the lemon drop martini.
Yeah, it's about the same thing.
Pretty much, yeah. Jody, how about you? What's your favorite cocktail?
That's a great question. In the summertime, or spring and summer, since it's spring right now, I kind of like a girly Cosmo. I know it's kind of 1990s Sarah Jessica Parker, but I don't know, something refreshing about it. I don't like gin, so I don't like anything with gin. I do like French 75. Those are kind of fun. I was looking for the name of the beverage that Joe introduced me to in California that had the frothy egg whites on the top. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but I can't figure
it out. A whiskey sour?
Nope. Oh. It was something. And darn it, I don't know the name of it. But yeah. In the winter, I like a good old fashioned though. But I'm very seasonal, just like I am with my wines. I like white wines in the summer, red wines in the winter. I'm very seasonal with my drinking. I like crisp, lighter stuff in the summer and heavier things in the winter. So yeah, I'm kind of all over the map.
Yeah, I'm like Jody. I like cold water in the summer, but I like room temperature in the winter. So I'm kind of like Jody on that one.
I'm weird with the water temperature. Like I have to have it almost room temperature because cold water hurts my teeth. I don't know. I don't know if it's an age thing or what, but
I have a problem with water with too much ice. I know this is too much of a tangent on water, but like today I had lunch with one of my clients and I'd asked for water with no ice and they gave me extra ice and I went sip, sip and my water was gone. That's my frustration with it. I don't get any water. It's just all ice. And then I have to ask for a refill. And then I'm a pain in the rear because I'm always asking for refills. Just give me the water. No ice. Don't want the ice. Yeah. Don't need it.
Yeah.
Okay. No, do you like Sonic ice or the Chick-fil-A ice, the small ice, or do you like big ice cubes? Like in an old fashioned?
I like a big ice cube in an old fashioned, but in my water, I like the tiny ones because then when you take a sip, they don't go all over you. When you drink it, they all clump together and everything.
And then you have water all over you and you look like you can't drink. Yeah.
Exactly.
No, I feel you.
Yep.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear what's John's favorite drink. I think I may know, but surprise me.
Okay. So my favorite drink year round is a bourbon-based drink. It's the Manhattan. I love Manhattans. They're my favorite drink, but my problem is I like them a very specific way, and I like it shaken without the ice in the glass, and when you order it at a bar, it almost always has the ice in there. That sometimes can be a little off-putting to me when I'm drinking, because then it gets too watered down, right? But like Jody, I also can be kind of seasonal. And in the summer, I love fresh watermelon juice with gin. And it's very simple. Sometimes I'll just take watermelon if we don't have any of the juice, and I'll take the chunks of it and just mix it up in like the little Ninja blender, put some gin in there, and I'm good to go. Maybe even a little cucumber, sometimes some mint, depending on how. And then over the summer, the other thing I like a lot is the mint julep. I love bourbon. It's my favorite alcohol. But taking that and trying to keep as true to the bourbon as possible, but adding in a little bit of mint and a little bit of sugar, I think can make it delicious too. So in my normal fashion, I can't just pick one, especially with something as near and dear to my heart as cocktails. So those are some of my favorites.
Yeah, it's seasonal, man. I love it.
Yeah. The only thing I won't drink is Captain Morgan. So anything else, I'm game to try it.
I'll be honest. I thought you were gonna say that you make your own lapu lapu at home. That's what I thought you were gonna say.
Oh my God, Lonnie! How did I miss that opportunity? The lapu lapu. I do make those at home, and they are delicious. They take a lot of effort, especially when you got to core the pineapple. But they're well worth it. Oh my. Well, that's a good segue into our show topic for tonight. I've done this at Disney with a lapu lapu many times, especially like getting some work done at night, that type of thing after the kids go to bed. But tonight we're going to talk about a little bit earlier in the day, solo dining. So if you're at Disney by yourself for something like a race weekend, or the rest of your family is being annoying and you want to get away from them for a few minutes, where are you going to go? What are you going to eat? How are you approaching going out to dinner by yourself at Walt Disney World? Because I think it's something a lot of people get anxiety about. I know before I used to travel for work, I would never go to a restaurant by myself. And now I actually enjoy it. So let's talk about that tonight. We're going to talk about our favorite table service, as well as our favorite quick service places. And we'll talk about the different parks and stuff too, where we like to go.
All right, before we get started, I have to give a shout out to my girlfriend, Kenna, who has been in Walt Disney World as a solo diner before, and she came up with a great suggestion. A lot of the quick service places, let's say you need to get up and get a napkin, or you want to refill your water, or I don't know, whatever, you need ketchup, whatever it may be. And so she said, the problem is, as a solo diner, no one's there to like guard your tray to be like, don't throw this away, I'm not finished yet. Mm-hmm. So she made a little like note card and wrote on it, like, I'll be right back, went to grab something, and would leave it on her tray. So then they wouldn't go clean up her food, or people wouldn't think that she was gone. I thought that was very clever.
That was very clever, because you're right. I mean, you'll see when you're there, as soon as you get up, because usually they have somebody else waiting for the table, Disney cast members will descend on that and grab that tray and move it and clean out. So that's actually very, very, very good suggestion. I like it.
Yeah. So good job, Kenna. Thank you for sharing that with me. And I think it's important to think about.
Yeah. No, I think that is a really good idea, because you get up. What are you going to do? You can't leave your stuff there, right? You don't want someone walking off with your purse, or in my case, the merce. Right, the man purse,
European man purse.
Yeah, it's a real problem, and it's something that's a good tip to let people know. You just carry those around with you, especially if you frequently dine alone.
Yeah.
All right, so if you guys are going for a quick service outside of the parks to eat alone, where do you think is the best place to go? I think, Jody, you've probably put a lot of thought into this, so let's kick off with you and see. Quick service outside of the parks,
like at Disney Springs. Is that where we're starting?
We can go. Yeah, we can do Disney Springs or at a resort.
Oh, I didn't think.
Do we want to do those separately?
I don't. I went with the parks, but we can do whatever. And a Disney Spring. I didn't.
All right, let's do Disney Springs.
Okay.
Quick service at Disney Springs.
Disney Springs, I think there's tons of options at Disney Springs. Lots of places where you could grab something and eat by yourself and not feel weird about it or feel out of place. Sometimes, though, I feel like some of the places I was thinking about are almost too small to be a solo diner, because you feel bad that you're taking a seat and like people are hovering over you. I know we're not talking about Magic Kingdom yet, but I think about like maybe like Casey's Corner, right? There's never an open seat to eat there. And I don't know as a solo diner that I want to take up a whole table eating by myself. So I kind of put all of that into consideration. So my first choice for Disney Springs is a place that I'm dying to try. So I've never even been here before, but just going on what it's like and taking a peek inside of it would be EET, the new restaurant by what's her name from Food Network, and I'm completely blanking on her name right now. But from what I understand, it's a quick service, kind of like Panera, like you order and then you go sit down, and then people then take your food, your tray and stuff when you're finished eating. So I love Indian food and I love spice, so I thought that would be, and it's kind of tucked way back in the corner of Disney Springs. It's over by the Christmas shop, so it's not too wild and crazy over there. So so that was my choice for quick service.
What's it called? It's called Eek or Eat?
Eat. But
Is it, and it's Indian food?
Mm-hmm. Quick service Indian food. And they have poutine with she makes an Indian poutine and a walking taco and build your own like pizzas with different Indian toppings on it. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So I really want to try this this place out because that sounds amazing. You know what else? Side note, it's not a good idea. It seems like every time we talk about food on this show, I'm starving. And it could just mean I'm always hungry, or I need to eat something before the show because now.
No pun intended. But
eat. I should eat and eat. All right, Lonnie, where are you going at Disney Springs for a quick service?
To Jody's point, there are so many places that you can eat at Disney Springs. And I'm going to tell you, I like, I've been on a lot of solo trips, right, for race weekends. And I will tell anyone that Disney is okay to go solo. It really is. It's literally one of those places. Don't feel out of place going, right, to have a solo trip at Disney, especially sitting down and eating someplace. I've done this one many times. I've talked about it. It's one of my favorite places to eat in Disney Springs. And when you look at it for a quick service, Polite Pig. Can't beat it. You have indoor seating, you have outdoor seating. And here's still another nice little caveat about it, that even though you go and you order your food in line and you go sit down, the servers will come over and ask, do you want a sauce? Do you want something? So you don't actually even have to leave your tray for that. And if you really are conscious about taking over a table, the bar seating is fantastic as well, right? Or you get a booth outside. So you can't go wrong with Polite Pig. Like I said, it's one of my favorites. So that would be my place to eat at Disney Springs solo.
Do you know why I didn't pick it, Lonnie? Because I like going with a lot of people so I can sample all their food too. I can order all the stuff. So yeah. I was like, I don't know if I want to go there by myself because I'll have such a hard time deciding what I want to select as because I can't order all the sides and all the food. So I need to go with a big group so we can all share everything and then I can eat everything. So but I had a feeling you're going to pick Polite.
Oh yeah, their platter when you have, like you said, everything on it. Usually we'll split that, but yeah, when you go solo, man, it is hard because do you get the ribs, do you get the brisket, do you get the sandwich? I mean, there's so many different places and so many different things you can get. And the tables they have some that are really small. It's for 2 people. You can hop in. Or like I said, the bar seat. So you pick your poison, and you'll enjoy it over there.
Wow. And that's, Lonnie, that's one of the 2 that I was torn between because I love barbecue. I love bourbon. They have a great bourbon selection there. And they have that cool bar where, like you said, you can sit outside. But since you mentioned that one, we don't want to, talk about it again. So I'm going to go with Deluxe Burger. I love Deluxe Burger. Part of it is with my celiac disease, I can't have gluten, right? It's hard to find a good burger in my area where it doesn't have a bun that's fallen apart because it's gluten-free. At Deluxe Burger, I mean, it tastes like a real burger. It's delicious. Their sauces are good. And I like that you can grab your food there and you can either sit in the restaurant or you can sit outside and just people watch because they have a bunch of tables outside and stuff too. So I think I'm going to go with Deluxe Burger. That's going to be my jam for a quick service meal by myself.
I mean, it's good. And if you go to Deluxe Burger, you can't go wrong. Like John says, also ask for the special sauces. There are 3 secret sauces they keep in the back, and you can get those as well to dip your fries in and your onion rings or your burger.
I was not aware of this.
Because it's a secret, but I've told you. Ask for those sauces.
Well, it's not a secret anymore, is it?
No. Our millions of listeners now, everybody will go ask for the sauce. Deluxe Burger, like, who told you about the sauce?
It was Lonnie G. And then next thing you know, you're like an ambassador for Deluxe Burger.
I'll take it. Just give me a free burger, man. I'll just do some free advertising.
And those,
burgers.
yeah,
Mhm.
and those burgers, like they're not cheap, but they're not ridiculously priced either.
Mm.
So to me, it's a nice, solid place to go with the kids and stuff. It's great.
You know,
All right.
it's funny you mention that, John, because I don't mean to deviate, but man, I saw something on the TV the other day that somebody went to Five Guys and they got a burger, fries, and a drink, and it was literally I think like $28. They had posted the receipt. It was crazy, and I'm like, and the first thing I thought about, I was like, deluxe burger is actually cheaper than that.
Yeah.
Because I started thinking about higher end burger places, right? I mean, you can go to Sullivan's and get a burger cheaper than that. And I was thinking that is just crazy. So if you think about it that way, deluxe burger isn't bad. It's not McDonald's prices, but it's not bad what you get.
No, it's not much different than you're going to pay going to your local place.
Yeah.
All right, we had another duck join us. Another one flew in. He migrated from the south, or from the north. I'm not sure how that works. But whatever direction ducks go, Jeff, welcome to the show.
Hey, everybody. I'm south of you, John. I'm north of Jody, and I'm west of Lonnie. So I'm kind of like right in the middle.
Yeah.
All
Jeff.
right, I'm ready.
All right, we're talking about solo dining tonight, right? You're at Disney, you're dining by yourself. We were just going through Disney Springs. Where would you go for quick service by yourself?
Ooh, quick service. I don't tend to do a whole lot of quick service at Disney Springs, but when I do, it's got to be Polite Pig all day long.
All right.
You got the bar area right there. You can sit and talk to people. You can people watch. You can get good food. So definitely Polite Pig.
Good choice.
Mm-hmm.
Lonnie also picked that. It was in my top 2. So yeah. All right. So now we're going to stay at the Springs and we're going to say, you got some extra time on your hands, right? You want a good meal. We're going to go to a sit down restaurant by ourselves. Where are you going to go? I'll tell you guys mine because I've been really excited about going to this place, but I've never been there. House of Blues. I just want to go there for the live music and stuff. I feel like if you're by yourself, that's the perfect place. You can get a little meal or whatever, but then you can hang out, watch the band, have a few drinks, and just make it a really fun evening. Or the other one was Splitsville, because I feel like you could meet random friends there with the bowling and everything they have going on there. But at the end of the day, if I have to pick one, I'm going to go with House of Blues. And I have no idea about food quality or anything. I just think it would be the most fun experience by yourself. And like, I don't mind talking to random people. So put me in a place like that and I can have a good night. Jody, what about you? What's your table service choice for solo dining?
So I was kind of thinking the same thing like you. Am I going to want to talk to people, or am I going to want to have a book and just sit there by myself and pretend like the rest of the universe doesn't exist? But I think I'm going to be social. So I decided I'm going to sit at the bar at Wine Bar George, because the word bar is in the name of it. And I clearly like their cocktails because I like wine and I like their food. So I could probably just sit there and talk to the sommelier all night long and be perfectly happy. So I'm going to choose Wine Bar George.
Another place.
Jody, you're going to choose Wine Bar George to be alone, but you're not going to be alone. You're going to be right beside me at the bar.
Then I won't be dining solo, Jeff.
I understand, but if I'm dining solo, that's where I went to. I actually went there for brunch back in February by myself. Sat upstairs at the little bar there, had a nice conversation with the bartender. Great brunch. That's my definite choice of where I would go for solo dining there. Good menu, a lot of variety, and just it's easy to interact with people there.
I really need to try this place. It sounds amazing. It sounds like a good vibe overall. Oh, okay. Well, Jeff left us. Thank God it's about time. Lonnie, what about you? Where are you going to go for table service at the Springs?
I think you guys know where I'm going. I'm going to Art Smith's Homecoming because that's what I do, right? They expanded, so there's a lot of outside seating right now, so it's perfect to get you a meal. There's a little bar area out there now, and it's perfect for people watching. That little corridor, right? You catch the lot because you catch Gideon's. If you look this way, I'm pointing like you guys can actually see what I'm doing. But if you can see the line usually for Gideon's, right? You can, it's always a breeze through that corridor. So I'm sitting at Art Smith's, and I'm just going to relax.
Solid choice. Mm-hmm. All right. Again, another place I haven't been. I got to step up my restaurant game. All right. So now we're at Disney Springs. We had our meals, but now we're going to go back over to go to the parks. And our first stop at the parks is going to be at Epcot. So Lonnie, where are you going to go quick service at Epcot?
I know where Lonnie's going.
Julie, I know you think you do because I just had it actually at Springtime Surprise. So I'm going to deviate just to throw you guys off, and I'm going to say I'm going to go to Regal Eagle Smokehouse.
Ooh.
Yes,
Wow.
yes. Julie knows usually I'll get the fish and chips. I had it for Springtime Surprise. It's usually a given, but I'm going to tell you, we spent a little time at going over to Regal Eagle, and man, the menu, it looked pretty good. The food, we went in the back and kind of hung out there for a second. So definitely that's where I would stay for a solo trip.
And what is the most important part of that restaurant? What does it have?
Well, it has a lot actually. Let me think about what you're thinking so I can be on the same page. I like the location.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing. Tiana is right up front. The actual topiary is right before you walk in there. That's good. And there's a cart right out front that has, it's a bar cart kind of like, but it's kind of built to the side. It's really big, so you can go there and get that. So what else do they have? I don't know. Surprise you, Jody. What is it?
Muppets.
It does have Muppets. Yes, and everything's better with Muppets.
Everything's better.
Everything's better with Muppets.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jeff. What about you? What's your choice at Epcot for quick service by yourself?
I am probably going to Connections. I like the variety of food they have there. I can watch the people coming off of Guardians, and they're just kind of in various stages of excitement and nauseousness. So I enjoy their teriyaki chicken. They got the Little Leash waffles for dessert. There's a Starbucks there if you want to go for that route. So probably Connections is my go-to.
Solid choice.
That is a good choice, and that's, I think, probably an underrated one too.
I've never eaten there yet.
I think it's catching on, man, because we went there last time and they had a lot of people there. They got a chicken sandwich that's pretty good too. Pizza. I mean, you got a variety. I think Jeff's on to something. If you want different things, that's a very good spot to go to.
I've heard it's really good.
Mm-hmm. All right, go. Jody, what about you? Where are you going to go?
Well, since Lonnie didn't take it, I'm going to steal his fish and chips because we almost always get it every trip, and it's convenient. It's easy. I like to. You can grab it, go sit by the water, or you can stand on top of a trash can and eat it. Whatever you prefer. I feel like I'm pretty good at grabbing my malt vinegar and all the 9,000 napkins before I sit down. So, I don't have to get up and leave and have the birds eat my fish. So I don't know. I think I could pull it off solo. Mm-hmm. And good people watching most of the time too. You can watch a lot of people there.
That's true. Especially on a weekend night. All right. My choice, I was again torn between two, and Lonnie picked one of them, the Regal Eagle, because of the barbecue. It's delicious. So I'm going to pick my other one, which is Katsura Grill. It's the quick service in Japan. So it's like if you're at Teppanyto, go right across that walkway, kind of next to where the drums are, and it's up that little hill. They've got cool ponds back there. It's a really just pretty place. And you can get your food there, and you can sit kind of tucked away back in all those trees up on that hill, or you can go down and just be on the main walkway around World Showcase. So it's just awesome. They have sushi there. They have like shrimp udon, which I love shrimp. That kind of, so they have some good noodles. It's just a really good restaurant, and the prices aren't bad either. I mean, like most of the quick services at Disney, right? So that's going to be my choice. Plus they have like that little sake stand down there that has a bunch of different varieties and stuff. It's a great area in general. So any excuse for me to go to the Japan pavilion, I'm taking. All right. So now though, we're going to do our table service restaurants in Epcot. So Lonnie, let's start with you. What do you think? Where are you going to go?
So I'm going to get one that I really enjoy because I like the location, and it's not too far from where you are, John, getting your quick service, and that's Nine Dragons. Look, I think it's a sleeper. You usually can get a reservation there, but man, if you like the food, Chinese food, you would love it there, right? It's very good. I love the viewing area, especially if you get by the window. You could probably request that. There are a lot of tables in there, so it's big. So you have to be comfortable going there solo, but man, the food is awesome. And when they have fireworks, it sits high enough where you can see the fireworks if you get a reservation late at night. So I'm going Nine Dragons.
That's a good tip about the fireworks. So that's pretty cool. I've never tried it there, but I love Chinese food, so I don't know why I haven't.
You got to try it.
And we're talking, it's more like Americanized Chinese food, right?
Yeah, kind of like
Okay.
yeah, it's a little PF Chang's vibe to it a little bit, but
Okay.
it still has just enough where it kind of brings it back to, you know where you are, the server's dressed traditional. So it's pretty cool.
Okay, awesome. Jody, where are you going to go?
I'm picking a place I've actually never eaten. Just because I walked through it and it looks really cool, and I feel like you could go there and have a good meal and meet new friends, and that's Rose and Crown. I kind of like the English pub setting. I think if I don't know if you can sit at the bar there, if there's just real tables. Again, I've never actually eaten there, but I've walked through it a couple of different times. I don't know. I think it'd just be a cool place to sit and have a meal, and kind of dark and out of the sun, which is also a nice thing when you're in Disney World. So picking something I've never done, but maybe it's the right choice. I don't know.
It probably is. It's got to be delicious.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Jeff, where are you going to go?
Sticking with the theme of sitting at restaurants with bars to give me somebody to talk to if I'm by myself, I'm going out of this world to Space 220. They got that bar that's right there at the top, and I think the atmosphere is fantastic there. And the menu is a little different. It's not my favorite menu, but if I'm by myself, I don't want to do like a garden grill or someplace like that where it's family style. Not a big fan of beer garden where you have the big tables of people sitting and the overwhelming smell of sauerkraut. So I will avoid those and head to Space 220.
Awesome. That's a good choice, man. I've never been there, but it looks amazing from the pictures and stuff. I am going to...
And remember, in space, no one can hear you chew.
That's true.
Or scream if another Disney classic film, Alien, but we're not going to talk about that because John's going to fuss at me.
So I'm going to go to... Man, so I'm torn between two, as usual. Jeff mentioned one with beer garden. I love sauerkraut. I love the smell of it. I love everything about it. I like the big tables. I like the music where they'll have the guy out there playing the accordion and all of that kind of stuff. So I love beer garden. And you can be nice and social there because you're at a big table. But Tepanito is my favorite. And I think that one would be a pretty good one to go to by yourself, because usually there's like one or two other groups at the table with you anyway. So as long as it's not like, you're one person and there's some weird guy with his 5 children sitting next to you, that might be awkward. But if you're there with another like 2 or 3 couples or something, because I think they seat 8 at a table, you can really have a good time with it. And you can get the soju squeeze, which is one of my favorite drinks on Disney property, and I always forget about it unless I think of this place.
Crosby really likes it too, and he would love if you would join him at Tepanito and watch the show of them making the food and preparing in front of you.
Yeah, so you get the show with it, right? You get the sochu squeeze. It's a distilled like sweet potato mountain yam thing that they give you a half of a grapefruit or whatever fruit you choose, and you squeeze it in there yourself. It's so delicious and refreshing. So that's my choice, is Tepanito.
So I do have a question for you guys. I was trying to think about the restaurant that's on the water in Morocco. Not the one back tucked into the
Spice Road Table.
Is that what it is? The one that's on the water? I think that would be a cool place to sit and eat too as a solo diner, because you'd be able to watch, people walk by and be on the water and the boats come through. So, but I've never eaten there either.
Have you got? Oh, you haven't? Okay, because I love Middle Eastern food, but I'm from Detroit, so we have one of the highest Middle Eastern populations in the world, and so there's just great food everywhere. So I'm a little bit nervous to try it at Epcot.
Yeah,
but
I understand.
Yeah. So
one of these days.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do it, right? I could take one for the team, and the Ducks can foot the bill for it, and I'll try it.
If anybody wants to fly me down there to try it out right now, I will. I'll go.
Yeah. All right. So everybody had awesome choices, I think, for Epcot, and I continue to get hungrier and hungrier as we keep going. So now we're already at Epcot. We're gonna take the Skyliner. We're gonna head over to Hollywood Studios. So from a quick service standpoint, Jody, I think I know where you're going to say, but
Ooh,
what
let
do
me
you
hear. What do you think?
Okay, so I'll give mine then now. So I was, and I think you were going to pick this one too, is ABC Commissary. I think it's really, Jody. Wow. Okay, so I think ABC Commissary is completely underrated. They have a really good like Mediterranean salad there. They have they have ribs.
Wait. John picked a salad and no one's teasing him about it. Come on.
Yeah, because he's not
Look
going
at
to
me,
really
Jody.
eat that salad. He just said that. He doesn't eat
Yeah.
the salad.
You can look at me and tell I don't eat salads.
That salad is his appetizer.
Yeah. That's to just get me ready for the delicious ribs and chicken and other barbecued deliciousness that they have there. I mean, they have a pretty cool menu. So yeah, I think that's I really thought you were going to say that. All right. So now I'm intrigued. Where are you going to go, Jody?
I am going to go to Baseline Tap House. That is great people watching, great beverages, a fantastic pretzel. Just, it's not a meal, but I can make it a meal. There's enough food there that I leave perfectly happy, and and the people watching is the best. And they have those seats around the kind of the tree in the center, so you don't have to take up, a whole big space. And I'm all about it. I could sit there for hours and people watch. So that's going to be my quick service. I know I'm stretching the food there a little bit, but they offer food. They have food.
Fair.
And that pretzel's really big. So if you're by yourself, that is a meal. And Crosby likes the pretzel too.
All right. So that definitely caught me off guard, but the logic is sound. I like it. All right, Lonnie, where are you going?
John, I'm going to be at the table right next to you because, man, ABC Commissary just went a couple of weeks ago as well. I'm not going to get a salad because I don't eat salads at Disney, but I will get the buffalo chicken sandwich with the fries. You can't go wrong with that. So that's a favorite for me. So I'm at the commissary.
Yeah, and the thing is too, there's a lot of tables there, and you can find a spot and just sit and watch people.
But I feel like that's a place where you would have to have that note, because I'm telling you, the people there come and clean up your tray in a heartbeat. So I feel like you'd really have to have the please. I will be right. Here's my little tent card over my food. I'll be right back. I'm just refilling my water. Don't take my food.
Yeah, you're right, because they make you got to go a far distance to get some water. It's literally, and even the condiments, it's like way over here, but it's so big that you can go. They will. And you see the cast members kind of huddle up around the water, so they're ready to kind of pounce on the table because people come through so often. There's an outside section too, but man, I don't know what it is if you guys feel it like I do, but it's always like a couple of degrees hotter in that outside area. I don't know what it is. It's like it's just boom, the air just can't escape.
That little corridor gets no airflow.
Oh yeah, none. So you'll roast out there, but inside, oh, it's awesome.
All right. I like it, obviously, because I picked it too. So, all right, Jeff, where are you going to go?
I'm going to pull a John Carl here and say it depends on what time of day it is. If it's breakfast, I'm going to Woody's Lunchbox and getting the s'mores French toast and tater tots. If it's in the afternoon and that's no longer being served, I'm heading over to Rosie's All-American Grill down by Tower of Terror. It's just normal fast food style food they have there. But I love listening to all the people scream from Tower of Terror when they open the doors and just watching them come off and listening to their stories, but mostly just hearing them scream as the doors open over and over.
It's interesting how you just mentioned that you love hearing people suffer and scream. I like that part. Oh, yeah. All right. Okay, so we've all given our quick service at Hollywood Studios. What about a table service? Jeff, where are you going to go if you really just want to sit down and have a meal by yourself?
By myself there, I would have said Sci-Fi Dine-In, but I would need somebody to share the car and a milkshake with, so that's not my go-to. I'm probably going to the bar at Brown Derby. Just sitting outside at the bar area there, you have the pretty good menu. It's not the full menu, but it's almost a full menu there. And again, you got the bar access where you're talking to people and watching everybody walk through. I think that's kind of the go-to setting for that.
Interesting. I was going to say the same thing for the same reasons, basically. It's nice, open area. But I don't really like the food. The one time I've been to Hollywood Brown Derby, I expected the best Cobb salad I've ever had. and it wasn't. I mean, it was fine, but expectations were up here.
And John and the salad.
Yeah, I mean, it's a Cobb salad though. It's got bacon on it.
I mean, bacon is the candy of meats.
Yeah. So, but no, I'm gonna go with 50's Primetime Cafe though, because they have Dad's Tune-In Lounge. You can get a drink before. But then sitting at the tables, all the tables are close together, and sometimes the servers, like, they're so interactive there, right? Like with the don't put your elbows on the table and all that stuff. But they get all the tables kind of interacting, and I think that would be kind of cool. And then, like, last time I was there, I talked to the couple next to us for 20 minutes just about random stuff because they were there for the race weekend too, and that kind of stuff. So I would go there by myself. It seems like an odd choice by yourself, but I think it would be cool. Plus, their food is delicious. All right. Jody, where are you going to go?
Well, Jeff, twice now, you and I are going to be solo dining, but not together. So we're going to eat solo at Wine Bar George, and not together. And we're also going to eat solo, but not together at Hollywood Brown Derby, the lounge outside, because that's the best place to eat there. The inside is meh. But again, it's all about people watching, and the tables are tiny anyway outside, so they're not meant for a lot of people. And drinks are good, and you can get, I think, the vast majority of the food out there, at least as per my recollection. So I absolutely think that outside Hollywood Brown Derby, that's the right answer. So.
All right, Lonnie, what about you?
Yeah, you know what? I thought about this one for a while, right? And I know since Jody and Jeff are going to be together, but not really together. They'll be looking at each other, but not really eating together. I'm going to go with Crawl, and I'm going to go over to 50's Primetime. I have no problem eating over there by myself. I think it's, I like the food, right? I like the atmosphere. I think the servers will make it where I don't feel by myself, right? Because they will always come around. They probably hang out with me a little bit more because, hey, they're cool and I'm cool. So there you go. I'm going to go to 50's Primetime. I thought about the Toronto Raptors and all that kind of stuff too, but nah, I'm just going to go to 50's and call it a wrap.
That's interesting you say that, though, about the Star Wars Toronto Raps, because I was thinking about saying Oga's Cantina, because they sort of have food there. There's like a Jello type thing there that you can get, but the atmosphere is. Can't blame them.
You're right. They do have some food there, right? I know. You heard Gene make fun of the little platter that we got when we were over there. We call it pork skins or whatever and all that. But it does. You're right. I mean, you go over there. There's some things you can get over there.
Yeah. So,
I mean, listen, if I'm picking Baseline Tap House, you can pick Oga's Cantina. So.
All right, then I'll go to Oga's after I go to 50's Primetime, because I mean, it's such a cool environment. It's so fun. The theming is amazing, and the drinks are actually pretty good. So tonight, you heard us talk about our favorite places to go solo dining, quick service and table service at Disney Springs, Hollywood Studios, and at Epcot. There's still a few parks left, so we'll talk about those on a future episode, because for now, we're going to make you guys quack up. So, Jeff, what do you got for us tonight?
All right, so since you're starting with me, I guess, where do you go on red and stop at green?
Where do you go on red and stop at green? I don't know. Where?
When you're eating a watermelon.
Oh, yep. John's favorite thing, to put gin in.
Oh man, that's the best. The best. It's such a perfect pairing. Oh. Mwah. Okay, Lonnie, can you quack us up?
What did the baby corn say to its mom?
I don't know what.
Where's my popcorn?
That's daring for you to give a popcorn joke.
I know.
All right, Jody, what about you?
So I was out to dinner with some of my girlfriends a couple weeks ago, and my friend was eating her food, and the server came over and she said, I'm sorry, but this food tastes kind of funny to me. And he said, well, then why aren't you laughing?
Oh man.
I know. I tried.
What's the best thing about Switzerland?
Cheese.
I don't know, but the flag is a big plus. Oh my. Okay. All right.
Sorry,
Well,
Cheryl, I hope you're listening. Oh,
or maybe she'll appreciate it that
yeah, maybe.
we're talking about her new adopted homeland, right? I mean, all right. Well, thank you everybody for listening. If you could please go out and give us a 5-star review and also come join us over at Disney with the Ducks. Kwaherini, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, friends.
Yeah, I mean, look, another thing I did think about getting in sci-fi to Jeff's point, though, I don't want to be sitting in the back of the car with a stranger, and I'm sipping out of a milkshake and put it down, and then they grab my milkshake. It just be awkward. It's not like Kevin and Jean when they're in the back of the car sharing a milkshake. I mean, no judgment. But here I'm like, it's dark in there. It's, I'm in the back of the car with a stranger. I mean, that's how Dateline started.
It is. That's true. Oh boy.
Oh.
Okay. Well, wow. Okay. So